What is going on, YouTube? Hello to the Money Shift YouTube channel. I am Thanasi, and this is another episode of the Maverick Files. And today we got some news. Big shout out to Philip Reevy, friend of the Money Shift channel, for providing us with this intel. But Ford has trademarked the name Maverick Tremor, and they did so in the country of Chile. Now, maybe they did this because they didn't think we would notice, or maybe they did this because this isn't actually going to be a new model, but it's too late. I'm already excited. So let's talk about what potentially the Maverick Tremor could be. But before we do, we got to have a conversation, okay? Over the last 28 days, 92.9% of you that have been watching these videos haven't hit that subscribe button. Now, I know, look, I get it, okay? The holiday season is here. In a few short weeks, we're going to have to remember to put 2022 on everything, right? And we're going to forget. There's going to be a couple mistakes. Stress is high. I totally understand. So pressing that little red button that says subscribe isn't something you think about, but hey, consider it. All right, let's get into the video. Now, you guys know, if you are Ford fans, okay, that Ford has applied the Tremor name to 3 different pickup trucks, and you've seen them cycling over here. There is a Tremor Ford Ranger, there is a Tremor Ford F-150, and there is a Tremor Ford Super Duty. So to understand what we can expect in a Tremor Ford Maverick, we need to know what the Tremor means in those 3 machines. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the Super Duty, the F-150, and the Ford Ranger, and then we're going to get to what we can expect the Ford Maverick Tremor to be, and most importantly, what it could potentially cost, because this could turn off a lot of folks that just have the Maverick permanently ingrained in their mind as something that costs $20,000. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, the first vehicle that we're going to start out with is the one that carried the Tremor name, the one that started the trend, the one that bears the Tremor lineage, and that is the Super Duty. New for 2020, Ford introduced a Tremor off-road package of the Super Duty Ford F-250 and above. Now, that is crazy town, okay? The F-250 and F-350 is already a vehicle that is larger than life, but the Tremor just makes it something that's even bigger. For the Tremor package in those vehicles, you get 18-inch matte black wheels that are covered in 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Duratec tires. There's a 2-inch front lift, as if this thing isn't tall enough already, but it gives it a 10.8-inch ground clear. Oh! We literally got someone that subscribed during the channel as we were making a view of the channel. So it seems as though this pre-recorded message that I had for you guys about subscribing is coming true. It's coming to reality. Shout out to John Glaza. Thank you for the subscription, dude. Thank you for that. Appreciate the support. Okay. 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Duratec tires, 2-inch front lift, 10.8 inches of ground clearance, 33 inches of water fording ability, and a shorter air dam, which makes the approach angle and departure angle that much better. And because the buck does not stop there, the Ranger F-250 Tremor also gets a rear stabilizer bar and 1.7-inch piston twin tube dampers that give this thing not only a better presence off-road, but a better feel on-road. In addition to all of that, this car has unique modes that allow it to perform even better on the trail. So you have a sort of trail mode, which is a cruise control. There's also a rock crawl mode in the F-250. But enough of that big behemoth. Let's talk about the #1 seller in the United States, the best-selling vehicle in the US. That is the Ford F-150 Tremor package. Now, this was new for 2021, and I think one of the reasons why Ford did this was because they saw the demand in the Super Duty, this guy, with the Tremor package, and it was a natural fit to allocate a similar trim level to the best-selling vehicle in America, and there it is. A unique styling kit immediately helps you recognize the Tremor F-150 from the rest of the other models. You have a vented hood, powder-coated running board, silver bumper, bash plate, and orange trim all around. You got it in the grille, you have it at the tow hooks, you have it on the side, you have it in the interior. That's how Ford lets you know that there's a Tremor package in the F-150. Now, in the F-150, you can only get the Tremor in one trim that is Super Crew, which is the 4-door with a 5.5-foot bed, and you can only get it with a 400 horsepower twin turbo 3.5 liter V6 at the time of this video. Okay, that twin turbo allows it to do 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds, which, by the way, is only a 1/10 of a second down from the Raptor at the time that this came out, right? It was very close in parity with the Raptor. That's a big testament to the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 that Ford put in the new F-150. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the F-150. We're here to talk about what the hell the Tremor package is in the F-150, and no surprise, retuned suspension. Okay, now this isn't a full new suspension. This is a retuned suspension. In addition to that, you get a locking rear diff, 33-inch general grabber all-terrain tires on 18-inch wheels, and optional is a front axle Torsen limited slip differential, which, by the way, if you're considering an F-150 Tremor, you should certainly get that option. It's only $500. So it seems well worth it, because there's no way you could purchase a front limited slip differential and install it for $500. It's a big deal. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Now, that's a lot of changes, okay? There's a lot of modes here that Ford also added to the F-150 Tremor in order to allow it to do better on trails. It has what Ford calls trail control, which is a sort of low-speed cruise control. They also brought in trail turn assist, which provides more maneuverability by allowing braking to an individual inside wheel so that the Ford F-150 can sort of shift itself a lot better. You see this offered also in things like the Bronco and other off-road vehicles. The Tremor also in F-150 trim has trail one pedal drive, which, like an electric vehicle, negates the use of the brake pedal, allowing the driver to simply push down on the gas to go forward and let off to stop. Just one less variable that you got to consider when you're driving your F-150 off-road. So, what do we have in summary with these two vehicles so far? What we have are vehicles that received suspension changes, different wheel tire, altered body pieces in order to have better approach, departure, and breakover, and added trail tech. All right. Now that changes a little bit. That narrative changes a little bit when we talk about the Ranger, because the Ranger also has those things, right? It has the off-road tuned Fox monotube dampers with rear piggyback reservoirs, specifically tuned coils and rear springs, 32-inch Continental General Grabber all-terrain tires, 6-switch auxiliary power pack. But where things change for the Ranger versus the F-150 and versus the F-250, 350 is the Ranger is actually wider. The Ranger Tremor has a 1-inch wider stance over a regular Tremor. So it has the same changes that all the other ones have: suspension, wheel tire, slight interior changes. But it also has 1 inch more width. All good. So Ford's blueprint for the Tremor package is suspension changes, wheel tire changes, addition of trail modes, and some body changes. So without further ado, let's get into what we think it could be for the Maverick. Now, shout out to Maverick Truck Club and Car Buzz for providing some of these renders. But what we're looking at here, okay, is effectively what I think the Ranger Tremor, or the Maverick Tremor is actually going to be. You're looking at something that is going to be slightly wider. You're looking at something that's going to be slightly taller. And you're also looking at something that is going to have different front bumper and different rear bumper in order to give this thing a better approach, breakover, and departure angle. But most importantly, the change that I think with a lot of confidence that Ford is going to be making on the Maverick Tremor is this. And it's the addition of the Bronco Sport Badlands all-wheel drive system. That all-wheel drive system is unique because it uses a twin clutch in the rear to act as sort of a quasi-locker, which gives the Bronco Sport Badlands a I don't even know the sentence I was going to say, but it's really good off-road. Okay, is it a Land Cruiser? Is it a 4Runner? No. But does it get out of its own damn way? You bet. And it does a really good job at it. So putting that drivetrain in the Maverick instantly overnight makes it a better option. So in my view, my prediction for what the Maverick Tremor is going to be is simple. It's going to have a slight lift. It's going to have a bigger wheel tire package. It's going to have slight fenders, right? It's going to have fenders, little bit wider, but more importantly, it's going to have that Bronco Sport Badlands all-wheel drive system. Now, that's not going to come cheap, okay? For those of you that have in your mind, for those of you that have ingrained that the Maverick is a $19,000 thing, let's remember, okay? The Tremor package is expensive. In the Ranger, it costs $4,000 on the XLT and the Lariat trim. In the F-150, it's its own trim level that is one of the higher trim levels. In the F-250, F-350, same thing. It's expensive. And if we're asking, if we're predicting, if we're hoping that Ford changes the all-wheel drive system in the Maverick such that it would include the Bronco Sport twin clutch system, this isn't going to be a $500-800 add-on like the FX4 package is. We're looking at something that is potentially, okay, $5,000 to $6,000 over what a regular Maverick could be. So, where does that land us for pricing, right? Because if we're saying that this is going to be a package that you can add onto your Maverick, that means that if you were to get an XLT all-wheel drive, okay, you're looking at, drum roll please, you are looking at a price of around $33,000, which would make the Lariat around $35,000, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Okay, I don't think the Maverick Tremor is going to be a package you can add on to an existing Maverick. I think it's going to sit alone. And the reason why I think it's going to sit alone is, number one, because it was trademarked as Maverick Tremor. Number two, because if we're predicting that it's going to get a different all-wheel drive system to the existing Maverick, that's tough to sort of just add on to an XLT or a Lariat. You got to create a specific vehicle just for that, one that has the same interior, one that has the same body, so that you can keep costs down as much as you can. So I think this is actually going to sit level or above a Lariat Lux package, which means we're looking at between $35,000 to $37,000 base. Now, everyone hold the phone. Okay, hold the phone, because I know in your head, the Maverick's your baby, okay? The Maverick is $20,000. Why would I consider a $37,000 Maverick? And I'll tell you why right now. And it's because its competition still would not be able to compete. If we look over at Honda, the base Ridgeline Sport with the HPD package, which wouldn't have the off-road capability nor the potential of the Maverick Tremor, okay? That car comes in at $38,000. Now, the other vehicle, okay, that everyone compares the Maverick to for obvious reasons is the Hyundai Santa Cruz. But if we look at the Hyundai Santa Cruz and we look at its top trim, okay, the turbocharged all-wheel drive unit, that car is upwards of, drumroll please, I don't even know if that came through, but that car is upwards of $36,000. So I ask you, Money Shift viewers, for $36,000, would you buy a discounted Honda Ridgeline HPD Sport, a Hyundai Santa Cruz SEL Premium with the 281 horsepower all turbocharged 2.5-liter engine with the 8-speed dual clutch, right? Or would you buy a Ford Maverick that was lifted 1 inch, that was wider by 1 inch, that had bigger wheel tire, and that had the Bronco Sport Badlands all-wheel drive system? I got to tell you guys, and this isn't just because we got the Maverick files, but I would go Maverick. Because even though I like the Santa Cruz, even though I like Ridgeline, a top-of-the-line Maverick for $36,000, $37,000 that offers more off-road ability than those trucks, that offers a better aesthetic than those trucks, that offers better efficiency than those trucks, I'm all in. But what do you guys think? Tell me, let me know in the comments. We got snow coming in the next couple days, so expect a deeper snow drive review of the Ford Maverick. I am your host, Thanasi. This is the Maverick Files here on the Money Shift YouTube channel. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next time.